There is love all around us. There's beauty. And contributing to the beauty was our amazing decor sponsor, Emmanuel Decor Inc. And we also have a beautifully talented woman who is here on the stage with us. She is the founder of Kaas Floral Design. Please welcome the lovely Beata Kaas to the show.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Beautiful, beautiful work. So I'm going to talk about what you do, but please let's describe some of the gorgeous pieces you have here. You have gifted me with this beautiful flower ring.
Yes,
look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And purple, my favorite color. So tell me, how did you make that and what flower is it?
So this flower is called Vanda Orchid.
Vanda Orchid.
And it's actually a real flower. It's not a silk flower. Often when I wear real flowers, because they look so incredible, people assume they're silk. This is the latest trend, flower jewelry. So I wanted to give you an opportunity of kind of experiencing it. It's a lovely addition to any attire, right?
It
it's
is.
Kind of affordable luxury, I like to call it.
Definitely. And how long would something like this take to make?
It doesn't take that long. I mean, you can do the hardware, the silver portion ahead of time, and then you just pick up a particular bloom, and you can coordinate it with your attire or your theme of the party you're having. And so it's relatively straightforward. It's important to know how to treat the flower so it doesn't die during the evening.
Right. So how do I take care of it?
Yeah. So in this particular case, we're using a specific adhesive which is designed for floral product.
Mm-hmm.
The necklace I'm wearing actually has a water tube at the back of the flower. So the flower is hydrated and it's going to look wonderful all evening.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And tell me about the centerpiece that you designed.
So the centerpiece is kind of a little bit more colorful take on centerpiece you would bring home for hostess, for example.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know we are in the middle of the winter here in Toronto, and sometimes it can be gloomy.
We need a splash of color.
And we need a little bit of splash of color, yes. So I am a strong advocate of kind of mixing different flowers, different florals, going a little bit for a more exotical look, mixing also tropical flowers with roses. So this is another piece that I've made, and
this is gorgeous.
A little bit unexpected look encourages you to kind of peek inside the basket. The basket is hand weaved.
Beautiful.
And it's this could be a bridal piece actually. So I have a little bit of unique training. I finished floristry here in Toronto, but I also finished European Master Certification in Belgium. So it's a 2-year program. It's quite intense. And it was actually designed by a Canadian, very well-renowned designer, Hitomi Gilliam from Vancouver, and her partner, Belgium designer, Thomas de Bruyn. And when you are graduating from that course, from that program, you really become a transformed designer. You see things a little bit differently. And there's a lot of handmade craft, artisanal approach to things. And this particular bouquet will be a good example of that.
It's absolutely gorgeous. What do you think? And what are these little
these
other
little
berries?
berries are called hypericum berries, commonly also named as a coffee bean
Coffee
plant.
bean,
Yeah, so
okay.
that's more of a common name that you'll be more familiar with.
Wow. It's very intricate, just beautifully. And then here we've got kind of a cascading floral piece.
So this one is with a heart-shaped element, and it's basically a different take on the Valentine's Day bouquet. If I may maybe pick it up, I will just grab it, sorry, pardon my reach. So this could work as a bridal piece as well. Kind of trailing pieces are back in fashion, but these days they're a little bit more flowy, there's more movement to the piece, so it's not as sturdy and stiff as it used to be. But if you imagine, if you can take the bottom off here, all of a sudden is much smaller, much more intimate. You can put it in a vase, and it can be actually a nice gift for your loved one, for the Valentine's Day. So if you would remove this piece, you see it's has a very different look all of a sudden.
Okay. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'll put this back in here carefully.
Absolutely.
The way you...
They're not that delicate. They're
they're
just
not
look
that delicate?
delicate.
Okay. They look delicate, but they're
They
quite
look-
sturdy, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fantastic. So you've got a unique background and so much training to put these... It really is a work of art, what you do.
Thank you.
So what kind of values do you have as an artist, a floral artist?
So my background and my training is a little bit unique because I've been in a past life I was in architecture interior design. So I spent 20 years in architectural field, and that kind of gives me a unique advantage of when I approach the events and the designing individual pieces for a particular event. I really look at the entire architecture of the room. I look at the size of the height of the ceilings, colors. So everything is kind of taken into account, and that helps. That helps to visualize it as an integral part of the event versus looking specifically just for flowers in a vase, right? So
Okay.
we're going a little bit
You're
beyond
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're kind of a visionary. So that's that's why I listened to you when you came and we greeted each other. You gave me kind of a summary of what you thought of the architecture, and now I understand why.
Yes.
Because of the training and the eye that you have.
That's right. That's right.
And I think too with people with your type of depth of understanding of design, you can see the design before it actually happens, can't you?
I
Yeah.
do, and also it's a process. So when I sit down for a consultation with the client, and they often come with a kind of set ideas of what they would like to have, and they have images from Pinterest and some other clippings they bring, and I usually try to speak with them a little bit and find out what is the atmosphere you want to evoke at your party. Forget about the colors, forget about food, and about tall or short pieces. Let's just talk about the mood you want to evoke, because it has to be an atmospheric, experiential event for your guests, and that's what counts. So and I usually ask them to pick few adjectives. If you want your event to be exotic and fun, we know we're gonna have color, right? We're gonna have tropical flowers, maybe.
Right.
So that usually helps to formulate, the entire vision for the particular event. Yes.
Fantastic. And let me ask you, when you work with groups of people, when you work with couples, I imagine people who are about to be betrothed, how does it feel for you at the end of the day when you see this beautiful work of art and people are so joyful and grateful for what you provided for them? How does that make you feel?
Well, it's very gratifying, I have to admit, and the direct contact with the clients gives me a lot of satisfaction, and I think that's the part which I was kind of missing in architecture to some degree, because the projects are long, construction schedules are long, very stressful, lots of hours behind computers sitting down. This is good, this is fun. I'm still working long hours, sometimes I question myself, but it's definitely a work of passion, and when a client is happy and they send me an email or a text or phone call and they're saying we loved it, it was beyond expectations, that is very gratifying.
Sure,
for sure. Yes.
It gives you that extra push
Yes.
for the next project.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your next project. What can we anticipate? Anything happening? Any events that you're involved in?
There will be a busy year ahead. I do also a lot of international work. I will be in Seattle in June for American Flora Convention. We'll be presenting there. I'll be in September in Belgium. In Belgium, there's a unique event called Flora Moor, where for 1 week a castle in Belgium is basically given over to a crazy bunch of florists, and we work there for a week, sleeping and eating in a castle and building structures and armatures.
Beautiful.
And towards the end of that week, there for 4 days, it's open to general public, so people can stroll in and experience the amazing creations. And it's, if you ever in Belgium at the end of September, they have this event every year, but every year, of course, is a little bit different. I really recommend it. It's remarkable. So that's where I bring my inspiration back home here to Toronto, and I try to kind of show my clients different and unique pieces, kind of beyond, as I call it, flowers in a vase. There's so much more that we
There's
can
so
do.
much more.
Yes.
It can be represented
Yeah.
beautifully in so many different ways that I would never have conceived until today, until you
Right.
came and shared that with us. So I just want to thank you for that.
My
And where can
pleasure.
people find you?
You can find me at kaasfloraldesign.com, and we are present at all the social media, the Instagram, Pinterest, the usual suspects. So if you go to Kaas Floral Design, you'll be able to find us. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
you
my
so much for
pleasure.
your vision and your beauty. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Beata Kaas, everybody.
Thank
We'll be
you.
back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. In a life that can be very unbalanced, we need to have harmony, mind, body, and soul. And today we have soulful sisters, Kim and Jackie, the founders of Health Harmonies, here on the stage. Make some noise for them. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And we got connected, speaking of the power of networking, through a mutual friend, Suzanne Coy. So shout out to Suzanne or Zan. Thank you so much for making the connection. So tell me a little bit about what you do. You've got a book there.
Yeah, these are some books that are written about what we do. I got sick when I was in my 20s, and I found out through immigration when I was immigrating to the States that I was diagnosed with a disease called sarcoidosis.
I've never heard of that.
It's actually, Zan has a similar, and
Really?
it's an autoimmune disease. And what happened was, as a result, I got an acute case of asthma and glaucoma in my eyes, and I had to get surgery in my eyes. And I went through a lot of suffering and pain and had to take a lot of drugs and puffers.
For how long?
And I took them for many years. And then what happened was I was walking down the street in Collingwood, and this lady that had got me into charity work when I was young, she saw that I had gained so much weight, and she was really blunt and said, "Oh my gosh, have you ever gained weight? And you look terrible." And I've
Wow.
lost 50 pounds since then.
Oh, wow.
But it was, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And you look
and-
beautiful.
And I was very sick, and I had a lot of swelling and inflammation. And she told me about her friend had touched hogweed, and that she bought a bed from Switzerland, and it saved her. It saved her life. And I right away asked her if she'd come and bring it to me. And she brought it to me, and I felt something right away. And so I went home and I Googled it, and I saw that Dr. Oz said it was the future of medicine.
What was it called?
It's called pulsed electromagnetic field therapy.
Okay.
And what it is it simulates the Earth's magnetic field as if you're walking on the Earth. So it simulates the cell function. So when your cells are stimulated, they get more oxygen flow because they start circulating. So
Right.
it actually works on a cellular level. And Jackie and I were working in Newmarket, right near Nature's Emporium, at a place called Dalen. And we decided to let our customers use the bed as well. And before we knew it, from the first day we were there until 4 years later, we went from 1 bed to 16 beds. And then we opened a location in Collingwood. That one was in Newmarket. And now we are going to franchise it and bring it all across Canada.
Wow.
And help as many people as we can. And we just think we're blessed.
You are blessed.
We're really blessed to find this. And we've been to Europe several times now and been trained by doctors there on how to use this, and we're just really excited to bring it to Canada.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
What an incredible journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, the main reason why when we talk about that we can't believe what it's done is we have so many people that come into our studio that have pain and have circulation issues, and they just can't believe it. Like, I mean, there's people in there that have they've had pain for 4 years, and they'll get up and they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe it." Like, it's just the most incredible thing, and it really, really helps with people that when they feel down, and you know how a lot of people, they can't remember things,
Sure.
and they're bombarded with stress. It really makes you think clearer, and it makes you happier. Like, definitely makes you happier.
you both look very happy, and you're glowing. Yeah.
It
We
does.
call it the happy mat. Actually, there's a researcher out of Trent University. Her name is Dr. Magda Havas. And she says that a lot of us are very stressed nowadays with so many signals from cell phone towers, and we use our cell phones so much, and electromagnetic fields, and so we get bombarded with that. And then when we use this technology, it helps counter-react some of the bombardment that we're all getting.
Yeah, because we're electromagnetic beings.
Exactly.
Right, so we need to have healthy charges go through us, and if they're blocked by cellular, microwave, radioactive devices, then it's preventing us from healthy functioning, right?
Yeah, there's actually a documentary that's supposed to be coming out in the spring called The Healing Field, and it's going to be a man that went all around the world showing how these devices have helped so many people, and they use them over in Europe so much, and they've been using them for over 40 years on horses in Canada.
Horses?
Yeah.
The race
It's
horses
really
are
big in
just-
the horse industry, yes,
Okay,
and in
okay.
the United States for horses.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you've got a book in your lap. Let's
Yeah,
talk
so
about
this
that,
is
the
just
energy
explains
medicine.
all about energy medicine and how it started back in the early 1900s. The first invention was by Nikola Tesla. I'm sure we've heard of Tesla Motor Company. Well, Nikola Tesla
Very nice
invented
cars.
AC current, and he also invented the first pulsed electromagnetic field device.
Okay.
He took a copper coil and he pulsated the Earth's magnetic field, and he helped himself and other people. So it's been around for a very long time, and now it's becoming more mainstream.
Got it. And what do you have, Jackie?
Another, we're just trying to show that we have some
Sorry.
books that we just are showing that we have some books that, you know, that are all written about energy medicine. And it's very, I mean, you know energy medicine by just when you talk about Chinese medicine, and Marma points and Reiki, but this is scientific.
Okay.
So this is very, you know, that's what we're trying to say. So a lot of doctors that we study with in Europe, they talk about this.
Okay.
They actually use it in Rome for treating people, and in Genova. We just went to a hospital recently and met the specialist there.
You've been to Europe 10 times, you told me.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, a lot
Amazing.
of training and taking it very seriously.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest, high for you doing this? You've worked so hard and you're providing healing for so many people. What's the biggest reward for you?
Feeling loved. Today is a love day. We have never had so many hugs and so many cards and so many thank yous from people. And it's so fulfilling to go to something every day that you know it's a job that you're actually helping people and they feel so happy. And that's why we call, and happy is my favorite word in the English language. So I call it the happy mat.
Love it. And for you, Jackie?
I think the biggest thing for me and what charges me every day to go to work is just watching people feeling better every single day. We have children that come in, we have elderly people, we have young, you know, people that are going to university or stressed out, have anxiety. They lay on the mats, they feel more calm. It's just watching all the people get healthy. It's just an amazing feeling.
It is, you know, and I have an experience that I'd like to share with you. I was hit by a motorcycle many years ago, back in 1997, and I believe I'm healed completely, but at the time I had nerve damage, so my neck to my shoulder, when it got wet or moist in the air, it would be very painful. So I was looking for alternative ways to deal with the pain, and someone suggested magnetic jewelry. So I was introduced to the whole idea of being an electromagnetic person, how charges from the environment can help to just create my own body to jumpstart healing. So I
Yes.
understand where that, and I feel like I'm 100%. I have no pain, so I am healed. But it's amazing how people can learn to be proactive about their own health and to learn how they can heal themselves. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So how can people get in contact with you about the healing mats or the happy mats?
Okay, well, we have a website, and it's Health Harmonies, like IES at the end, .com. And we have a lot of documentaries on there, and we have the NASA study, because NASA did some research on this technology. And we have a lot of videos you can link to and websites for the information.
Awesome. And you also have something very special for us. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, this is a free session. If anyone wants to come in and do a complimentary session, we always do that for our customers so that they can see that it works. And the one thing we hear the most is it helps them sleep.
And there's so
Yes.
many people. By the way, thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Is 11 a.m. good for you? And sleep, it's amazing how so many people are sleep deprived. And I have to say sometimes I go without sleep for long periods of time, but it affects the brain, right?
Yeah.
And it affects the functioning of the organs if you're not getting enough sleep. So
Yeah.
this mat will help you sleep.
This is the biggest thing that we're hearing from our customers, is that they're saying it's the first time they've had such good sleep that they actually wait till the morning to go to the washroom. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And maybe Kim, maybe you can speak to someone who might be going through some affliction, sickness right now, and they're losing hope. What would you say to them, having been on that end?
I would just say that I'm forever grateful that I got better and that I don't have to take the puffers that I did before, and I feel so much healthier, and I'm helping people, and I lost weight, and I just feel like once you start feeling better, you get control of yourself to do other things for yourself. And when you have sleep, your body actually can go into healing mode, because that's what a lot of people are lacking. So,
Awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Words of wisdom. All right. Kim, Jackie, I just want to thank you very, very much. And tell us one more time how people can find you.
They can find us. We actually have 2 locations. We have one in Collingwood and we have one in Newmarket. So it's on the webpage, so you can go on the webpage. And the other thing you can do is you can always call us. We have our phone numbers on the webpage too, if you wanted to get a hold of us.
What are the numbers?
705-293-2301 and 905-235-7330.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Kim and Jackie, Health Harmonies here,
Thank you.
restoring health in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a blessing. We'll be back.